I just had to check what day it was because normally knowing what day it is normal for most people, but because I work 7 days a week now, the days don't really matter. There's no weekend. And it's interesting because people don't realize that they know what day it is, I think, because they're counting down to the days where they finally get 1 or 2 rest days, maybe three if they're lucky, three or more. For me, I'm just working 7 days a week, so the day of the week doesn't matter that much. On Saturday, Alex, my friend, wanted to see John Wick with me, and I texted him Saturday night and I said, I just want to make sure it's okay if I leave the movie, if I'm going in and out. And he said he's okay with it. So, based on that, I was comfortable with meeting for the movie. We were sitting in John Wick. The theater was extremely filled for a morning. It really shocked me. But we managed to get a couple seats at the front. And as we were waiting for the previews, I noticed this guy sitting next to Alex, because Alex and I were sitting next to each other. There's a guy sitting next to Alex, and I looked at him and I said, "Where do I know you from?" And he says, "We're the entrepreneur." And what happened was he and his friends were gaming the system at the theater. They were getting a lot of stuff, more than what they were supposed to get. And finally, I did have to tell the manager, and the manager kind of made it harder for them to get it. But I remembered him. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you texted me a few days ago your Godzilla collection." And he goes, "Yeah, that's me." And that was, I mean, I don't get that many Well, actually, I do get quite a few text messages, but I didn't get a chance to reply to him. But just forced to end up sitting next to each other in the theater was really interesting. And it turns out that Alex is getting his black belt presented to him tomorrow, and Jake is Alex's like classmate from the martial arts school, and then Jake was there with his dad Russell. So I met Russell for the first time, and along the lines of ending up sitting next to martial artists, there was a night, maybe 4 nights ago, 5 nights ago, I went into see part of Brightburn. It was just I get tired at night, and I just kind of do it to relax a little bit and let myself unwind. But I went in middle of the movie. We're towards the end. Yeah, I was really towards the end. And then I was thinking about this martial arts instructor that I talked to, and we had been texting each other like a day ago. I think, yeah, just the day before that. And then when the lights turned on, he and his friends were sitting right above me. He didn't know I sat down in front of him. I didn't know they were sitting behind me. And I was just like, I was just thinking of you. I was thinking of the texts we had, and I was just thinking about you. It's a good sign because when you think about someone or you're thinking about something and it manifests in reality in your life, that's when it shows that you're close. You're close to getting what your heart really wants. So that ties back into what these concrete flying fist push-ups, bouncing knuckle push-ups, because I did leave John Wick probably 20 or 30 minutes after watching it, and I went up to the roof at the parking lot. Actually, before that, I went to the Apple store to to make a diary entry because I know about that pain that occurs when I do the knuckle push-ups. The main thing that will prevent you from being able to do straight on knuckle push-ups on the concrete is gonna be pain. Uh, so I wrote in the diary, and I wrote about the sections of my body that I would have to shut down the pain centers for, and I wrote down what I was going to expect during the set, and I'd have to ignore the pain. I also was adding in every fifth rep to try to jump higher with the fists. And so I did the set. Um, it's that painful. It's that painful that if I have the luxury of writing something down, I write down what to expect and to see through that, because if you're not prepared to ignore the pain or to set it aside or to focus past that, it will make you stop the set. It's not always bad though, because I did it on the wooden stairs in front of the house, and on that one I had already been making it up to something like 7 or 8 reps, something like that. And after I stopped after 3 reps, I think it's just the pain. There was too much pain, and I stopped, and I had just really just scraped off the skin of the knuckles. It just real like wet tissue, and I was already bleeding. Um, so I was glad I stopped, because had I tried to do like yesterday, I was planning to do 15 reps, but I only made it to 14, which is fine. It's still, the repetitions are still increasing. But had I done that on the wood without insulation on the skin, I'm certain that it would have wore it down to the bone, and that would have disrupted my work. And I don't I don't have the resources right now to go to the ER. I go to the ER a lot. I feel like I go there a lot, but try not to these days. Oh, ah. Oh my god. It's pretty painful.